They're cooking with beer back in the kitchen. They're brewing beer right in the dining room. And of course, they're pouring plenty of beer at the bar. At American Fresh Brewhouse, there's beer everywhere, and customers couldn't be happier. Brand new to Assembly Row in Somerville, right across from the Orange Line T-Stop, American Fresh Brewhouse is a spot that beer geeks and food fanatics can all call their happy place.
American Fresh Brewhouse is a gastro brewery, so you're going to experience great food and wonderful beer.
Caitlin Jewell and her husband, Jeff Leiter, may be new to the restaurant game, but they've got beer in their blood. Back in 2011, they started the Somerville Brewing Company, and their slum brew beers became fast favorites.
The interesting thing about our beers is that each one of the beers has an incredibly unique personality, and it's an expression of the ingredients that are involved, and quite often they're a very flavor-forward beer.
And since their beers are packed with so many unique flavors, they pair perfectly with food, which is a big reason why Caitlin and Jeff decided to open this restaurant.
We saw the brewing of beer and the serving of beer as a holistic thing with making great food, so we thought that we'd combine the best of those two things to create a great experience for people.
Handling the food side of that experience is executive chef Todd Allsworth, whose dishes go great with beer because many of them are made with beer.
You're gonna get great pub fare food, but everything pairs really well with the beer that Caitlin and Jeff brew. So it's pub fare, but it's a little elevated because we use all of our products in the cooking as well as just pairing it with the food.
Any meal at American Fresh Brewhouse should start with a beer, whether it's in a glass or in an appetizer like the cheddar ale soup made with a hoppy IPA. Bacon-wrapped scallops drizzled with a cranberry balsamic blood orange Hefeweizen sauce, and drunken mussels steamed in a Belgian ale.
They're Prince Edward Island mussels, and we use our Trekker Triple Ale, and that's basically the sauce. We steam them in the Trekker Triple, and it cooks down very nicely and actually adds some sweetness to the broth and the mussels themselves.
Other beer-friendly apps include nachos piled high with salsa, lime crema, and guac, charcuterie boards filled with meats and cheeses that are perfect for sharing, and brewhouse wings that swap out the standard buffalo sauce for a favorite from another city in upstate New York, Rochester.
So everybody knows about buffalo sauce, right? So Rochester didn't want to be outdone by buffalo, so they kind of came up with their own signature sauce, if you will. And instead of being a hot sauce base, it's more of a mustard and honey base. And from there, we kind of elevate it with some other things. We put our Trekker Triple Ale in it, and that makes for a really, really great sauce.
Sandwiches really shine at American Fresh Brewhouse, and there are all kinds of options to choose from, like the all-American meatloaf sandwich with caramelized onions and chipotle ketchup.
It's not your mama's meatloaf, but it'll definitely give her a run for her money.
The Cellarman burger boasts bacon, onion rings, and beer barbecue sauce.
There's a lot going on with that burger. Texture-wise and flavor, it's definitely a hot sauce.
And since we're in Somerville, a fluffernutter is always a solid option.
Nice multigrain bread, fluff, almond butter, you can't go wrong.
But for the ultimate nostalgic meal, nothing beats a grilled cheese and tomato soup. No spoon necessary.
If you want to eat the sandwich and then eat your soup, you can do that. But me, I'm a dunker. I like to take a big bite out of my grilled cheese sandwich and dunk it right in the soup and go at it. I don't need a spoon, I have a sandwich.
Rounding out the menu are awesome entrees like this 12-ounce ribeye with garlic mashed potatoes, fluffy fish and chips made with a beer batter, and extra cheesy mac and cheese.
There's a ton of cheese in it, of course, that's the attraction. I use Parmesan cheese, cheddar cheese, and Monterey Jack cheese. And we top it with seasoned panko crumbs, so it gets nice and crispy and bubbly on the outside, and a delicious, delicious experience.
Of course, the other part of the experience here is the beer. There are 24 on draft, and most are made right down the road at Somerville Brewing Company's headquarters, but a few are produced right in the restaurant in full view of the customers.
We have a 3.5 barrel system here, and we're brewing on site, so you can actually see us making beer in the late afternoons.
So this is our small little brew house here. We have our kettle right here, we have our mash tun right behind us, and then we built a mezzanine in this restaurant so that we do all of our fermentation upstairs, and then we can pour the beer right down into the taps right down below. Customers love to sit around the bar and they can look right in here and they can see the beer being made while they're sitting back enjoying one that we've already made. And then some people just really get into the process and they want to understand how it's all made, and we have it right here.
And whether you order one by the pint or a bunch in a flight, the folks at American Fresh Brewhouse believe what they're serving here is more than just beer.
Beer is a great way for people to come together. You can socialize over a few beers and have a good time, meet up for friends, and that's what I like most about a brewery, is that it's a meeting place for people to really enjoy each other's company.